My name is Jordan Millam, and this is my presentation on my leadership and athletics experiences here at LVC. I first wanted to start off by talking a little bit about myself and what my athletic experiences were like on campus. First and foremost, I graduated high school a few years early, so I only got to enjoy 2 years of my eligibility here at LVC. I really wish that I would have been able to stay a few more years and use up the rest of my eligibility. However, I realize that it's time for me to move on and begin a new chapter in my life. I played on the ice hockey team as well as the golf team for both of these years, and I loved every minute of it. The first piece of professionalism that I had to learn was how to properly balance work, school, sports, and a social life. It was a big adjustment for me to move almost 1,200 miles away from home to pursue my athletic dreams, and because of the credits that I came in with, my schedule was packed right off the bat. It was startling to me to realize that I wouldn't be able to take any elective classes because I'd used up all my eligibility for those at my other school. I quickly had to figure out how to keep up with my studies while being a 3-season athlete, as well as keeping up with my part-time job. Being so young and taking a look at how little time I had to relax was definitely a shocker. I knew that I definitely had to do something to maintain some sort of routine, or I would never be able to get everything done. I realized that making a daily schedule and sticking to it would be my best option, and I've never looked back. How my LVC journey got started. The very first time that I'd ever heard of LVC was when Coach reached out to me and let me know that the ice hockey team needed a goalie. I was thrilled. This was a very exciting time for me as I was making one of the biggest decisions I could, choosing where I would go to college for the next 2 years. After talking it over with my parents, I decided that I wanted to take a trip all the way out to the East Coast. After a lot of convincing and one 20-hour drive later, I was able to come out and take a tour. I fell in love with the school right away. I knew that realistically, I had to look at some other schools as well, but after driving all the way out here, I never wanted to go back home. As soon as I began contact with Coach, I knew that I had to do it in a professional manner. That's where my learning curve started. I quickly realized this wasn't like the community college I had attended in the past. It was a much more prestigious school, so I had to act professionally towards both my coaches and my professors. This was a big adjustment for me, as before I came out here, I didn't really know what it meant to maintain a professional atmosphere. Learning how to act professionally was one of the biggest takeaways that I got out of my time here. I know that everything I learned will stick with me forever, and I'll be able to use every bit of it in the future. That was the first step in me adjusting to my new life. Throughout my second year, I became pretty good at maintaining a professional relationship with both coaches and professors. I was maintaining the daily schedule that I set out for myself in my first year, and I was even able to start freeing up some extra time to attend any of the optional practices that I wasn't able to before. I quickly got comfortable using my resources and realized that the school has so much to offer when it comes to learning new skills, and for me, professionalism was at the top of that list. I learned what it meant to be a leader from watching the way that my captains interacted with each other as well as with the team. I knew that they were great leaders when everyone on the team was comfortable going up to any of them at any time and starting a conversation. They were a great liaison between us and Coach when we were a little nervous to talk to him. Honestly, watching them lead the team through the season really made me realize what it takes to be a leader. I thought that I was a good leader in high school when I was captain for some of the teams I played on, but it has nothing on how that changes when you become an adult. The situations that I find myself in are sometimes overwhelming, but recently I started to ask myself how I would want it handled if I was watching someone else in the same situation. Learning how to take control gave me a great leg up when it came to both school and sports. Getting comfortable speaking in a professional manner has for sure prepared me for more presentations than I can count. Overall, I had a really great experience here, and I will definitely be taking what I learned along the way into the working world when I graduate. I now know what it takes to truly act professional, and that will benefit me greatly as I move into the workforce. I'm very grateful for my time here at LVC, and I'm really glad that I was able to sit down with great people, learn how to be professional, learn how to be a leader. I got to see my teammates do it. I got to step in when situations called for it. And in general, I'm really glad that I came out here.